Let's talk about liquid 1616 split two strings to make a palindrome. So it gives us a string A and B, and we want to split the. It says that A and B they have the same length. So uh, the question is asked, we'll find an index. This index can be zero or the when we split, we can split at this index, split this string into two parts, right? And A can be two parts, B and can also be two parts. So it asks uh, return true or false if we can, for example, using these parts in A, the first part in A and the second part in B to compose a string to be a palindrome, or we can use the second part in A and the first part in B to see if we can be a palindrome. And also, the first part and the second part both can be empty string. That means we can, for example, select A, all of the A's, right? Or all of the B's in the, we'll say the second part is empty string. So return true or false. So for this question, what we're thinking about is that let's consider the general case, right? We have a left pointer here. Then we have a right pointer here. So if the character in A have the at the left index doesn't equal to right index, if they equals, then we are just using two pointers going towards each other, right? So if we, for example, we come here, find the character doesn't equal anymore, right? So that means we have two options. One option is that we 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 use this part in A, and one option is let's say we use this part in A and this part in B to compose, trying to see whether it is possible to compose a palindrome string, right? Another option is we, just as we use this part in A and this part in B to compose whether it is a palindrome, right? So for option one, what we need is that we just need to check this part, the middle part, whether it is a palindrome. For option two, what we need to check is this part, whether it is a palindrome, right? So, so if we have the middle part, right? That is a palindrome, or in A, or the middle part in B is a palindrome, then it return true. Otherwise, just return false. Of course, here we set the left pointer at A, right? And the right pointer at B. And we should do another case is that we have the left pointer to be from B, right? And the right pointer from A, right? So we can use our help function for the general case. So we just return help function, for example, A, B, and also or help function B, A, right? So that we just swap the A and B's order. So let's write code for this. So we know we just return helper A and B, or helper B and A, right? So what do we do so that for the helper, we always have the left pointer in the first string, right? So what we do is the Boolean, we write a helper string A, string B, right? So we're going to have a so let's have int left equals 0, right equals a dot length minus 1, right? Actually, or b dot length minus 1 because they have the same length, right? So either way, it will work. So what we do is that while left smaller than right, and a dot char at left equals b dot char at right. In this case, we can move left pointer and right pointer, right? And when we jumping out of the while loop, that means the character at the left index in A does not equal to the character at the right index at B. So we just return is palindrome for some string A from left to right, or is palindrome B from left to right, right? So we need another one is palindrome string S int left int right. So what we do is that while left is smaller than right, if s dot char at left doesn't equal to s dot char at right, we just return false. Otherwise, we have left increase, right, decrease, right. If after the while loop, we just return true. This is if. Okay. So doing like this, it will be an O(n) time complexity with constant space complexity. Python code will be very similar. Um, so we return self dot helper A B or self dot helper B A, right? So we need to def helper self um, A is string B is string return boolean. So we're going to have left right equals 0 and the length of B minus 1. Right? So while this left is smaller than right, and A right left equals B right, then we have left should plus equal to 1 and the right minus equal to 1, right? And while this is jumping out of the while loop, we just return self is palindrome A left, right, or self that is palindrome B left, right, right. So we need another help function is palindrome self as here left int right int right. So where right while left is smaller than right, going to have if s dot left down equal to s dot right. Just a return false. And otherwise we'll have left plus equal to 1. In the right minus equal to. In the end, it's just a return true.